Guys, uh, this is my 88 model Chevrolet I took in on trade. Might have been last year, I guess it was, close to it. Got it from a really good friend of mine. I swapped those wheels around, put them on there because it had the wheels off my brown truck on this thing. So as you can tell, I got a couple of these OBS trucks, and I want to keep that one. I want to put a 454 in it out of this truck because this thing's an old Suburban and I'm using it for storage, but it does have 454 fuel injected, but I'm gonna probably carburate it. It's got a good 400 transmission and just a great donor truck to make that like a 454 tribute truck. So, but this truck probably has a straighter body on it, but the paint, it's just got like the bed's one color, the cab's another color, every door's a different color, and the hood's a different color, and it does run. The old transmission, it slips 700R, but 350, it's original motor transmission. You can tell that fender is aftermarket because it's black on the inside and then it has the sticker on it, but this one's red on the inside. But so this thing has seen some shit in its life, so I'll more than likely never do anything with the truck. I'd like to think one day I'd get around to fixing it up, painting it, but it's never gonna happen. So this is something I'm fixing to sell. I don't need it. It's just gonna sit here and just keep getting worse and worse and worse. And I know these trucks are hot right now, and everybody wants an OBS short wheelbase truck. And hey, somebody can get some use out of that thing. I'm never gonna fix it. Like I said, it's got shit growing up around it now. That old Grand Prix roof skin that I cut off has actually got grass growing through it. So that's how long it's been there, and this thing's been sitting behind it. That truck, I need to take all the good parts off of it and wind up scrapping that. I need to take the stern column out for my brown truck. I need to also take the not carpet, but the rubber floor mat. Gotta watch for wasps. But my buddy Fuzzy that I got this truck from over here actually got my door panel off of this because his was busted. This thing actually does have decent interior, good floor mat. This is the one I took the straight shift out of to put in my brown truck, but this stern column's in really good shape. Everything's there for it, and it's for a manual instead of an automatic. It's not a tilt wheel because this was a work truck, but I don't really care. I'm kind of tall myself, so I don't really need the wheel to tilt down or up or anything, so that's fine. This thing does have a really good bed on it. Just basically parts truck after that. Back end, back glass, stuff like that. Take the doors off of it, but never gonna do anything with this thing either. I've been kind of robbing parts here and there. I took the motor and transmission out of it, of course, but windshield wiper motor, stuff like that, maybe take off, who cares. But need to do something with that. But that was my thing, was mostly this truck right here. I want to sell it. I'm going to either put it on Marketplace. I got to get it up out of its little dungeon hole. It's been sitting for a year or so. Air up those tires. You know, put a hot battery in it, and kind of one of those things, like, what do y'all think it's worth? I mean, hey, a little input on it, but it does run good. Needs transmission. Once again, this truck, let's watch the Wasp, actually got 454 in it, and it runs. I've cranked this thing up before, and I've robbed parts off of it as well, radiator, such and such, but motor and transmission, good in it. That's what I was thinking about, putting that whole drivetrain, instead of building a 700R, which I've got one over there, it needs building, and putting the 454 and the 400 transmission off in this thing. Once again, let's watch the Wasp. Take that little 350 out and put the big block in it. One of those things. Just hadn't got around to doing it, but that motor is froze. I'm pretty sure the block's probably cracked because it had no water or no antifreeze in the radiator. It was just water, and I would just about bet that thing frozen and busted. But don't really care, wasn't gonna do anything with it, just old TBI 350. But if the block's not cracked, then yeah, it could be built. But I know it is locked up bigger than shit, because you cannot spin that thing over for nothing. And so I'd got a set of steel wheels I was gonna put on this truck. I actually got several sets. I got the old ones and the new ones I was going to put on there, but I hadn't got around to doing it. Actually, since I've had it, I've got stuff growing in the back of it as well, so that's nice. But to me, this truck was just, it's not as straight as the white and red truck, but it is one color. And as a kid growing up, that every car I had that was a hot rod back in the day, it looked like it was a coat of many colors, because I had a red fender, I had a yellow hood, and I had a black car, and I had a blue car with red front clip and a yellow hood, and I never really had a nice matching car. It was always something I had wrecked, or I'd bought, it was a piece of shit and it had dented up parts, so I threw good parts on that car to actually have a straight body, but nothing was the same color. And growing up, I never had the money to afford a paint job, so shit, just I rode around with a coat of many color cars. So that's kind of how I am with this thing. It needs paint job, of course, but it is still one color. And yeah, put a big block in it, get it running, driving, slam it, and either just use it as a little, hot rod run around truck, or turn around and sell it too. But I do want one of these trucks. I think once I build it, I wouldn't even talk about selling it. But the white truck, the white and red truck, is definitely for sale. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know. I'm here in basically right outside of Auburn, Alabama, and still have those 55s down there. But if anybody's looking for an OBS short bed in Alabama. That thing does run. Transmission does slip, and that's about all I can tell you. But it's not terrible. I think the radio still even works in that thing, but never gonna do anything with it. Gonna sell it. So that's for sale. Gonna take those parts off of that truck. The Ranger, definitely not for sale, because hey, that was my first vehicle. Not that one in particular, but my first legal car was a Ford Ranger. So they have a little kind spot. Not that I'm gonna buy any more of those little bastards, but that one I'll fix up eventually, put a V8 in it like my first one was. It had a 351 in it, but I'll fix that thing one day. But that truck is the next thing on my project list, is to get the big block out of that Suburban and 400, stuck off in it. Still on the fence about the 400. I don't know. Do I want to put a 700R in it, or do I want to put that 400? Got to make a drive shaft, or have somebody make a drive shaft for if I run the 400. If I run 700R, go right in there, but I still got to get one of those built. I know the 400 is good in that one, but I do have that's a GM Goodwrench for 700R that's already out over here, that came out of my brown truck, and that was a Goodwrench 700R core, or they bought it from Goodwrench, but of course it needs complete building. I mean, it's been sitting out here for almost over a year now, and it was bad. It slipped, and I don't think it had reverse. So either or. Either A, got to buy a drive shaft, or build a transmission. And so I don't know, but you get that overdrive, run 75, 80 miles an hour at, 1,500 or 2,000 RPMs versus 2,500 to 3,000. And 400 already, well, the 454 is only going to get maybe 10, maybe 12 miles a gallon. I don't give a shit if you put it in that truck weighing 4,000 pounds, or you put it in that dually ramp truck at 75, 8,000 pounds. It's still going to get the same gas mileage. They don't care. They are not biased when it comes to a gas station. So yeah, if anybody's interested in that old truck over there, hit me up. As always, I hope y'all like and subscribe. But that truck is definitely for sale. And y'all got any questions or want to buy it, hell, hit me up in the comments, and I'll send you a phone number and an address. You can come look at it. But hell, till I make another one, y'all have a good one. See y'all.